Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Makenzie Martin. Well, in the new year, many young women already have their minds on what am I going to wear to prom. Luckily, the Junior Auxiliary of Biloxi Ocean Springs has an answer for you with their prom closet returning in January.
And Makenzie, you don't need a coat out there, actually.
No, Hugh, you don't. It's very warm, but that is not stopping the holiday spirit. As you can see, I am joined with some friends. I'd say this is a pretty good day at work to have a bunny, a bearded dragon on my shoulder, surrounded by goats and sheep. So this is something that you can see here at PRCC campus with the Wildcat Wonderland. Hey, Jennifer, well, just as we were starting the show, they completely ran out of turkeys, hams, and the Thanksgiving sides. They had more than 300 turkeys, 300 hams here. So that just tells you how many people were in line to receive their Thanksgiving meal. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 5 U.S. children ages 3 to 17 has been diagnosed with a mental, behavioral, or emotional health condition. Gulfport Mayor Hugh Keating gave a State of the City address this morning. Mayor Keating says the city is trending upward. Well, here at the West Beach Boardwalk in Biloxi, what typically is seen as sand on our beaches has now been replaced with this blanket of snow that we're seeing as the snow sweeps across coastal Mississippi. Personally, for me, I've avoided 90 today. As many locals know, if you're looking to get anywhere on time, you don't go on 90 during cruising the coast, especially now that work traffic is getting out. So when you have work traffic with cruising the coast traffic, put it together, heavy traffic. But every girl should have a chance to pick out a beautiful gown to wear on prom night. Feels special that way, no matter their circumstances. So you're just making it more accessible for a bunch of young girls out there. That is the goal. After a fire shut down a popular Biloxi restaurant, a new hub for sci-fi lovers and gamers will open its doors for business this week. We're here with the stingrays. We're gonna go snorkel with some stingrays. I'm a little nervous, but the trainer said that they don't sting, so we will see. There's also some sharks in here as well. Fingers crossed, but I think we'll be fine.
And my house had been floated up and dropped in a neighboring yard. And all of my art supplies had been destroyed and blooming in the yard, in the mud.
Located in Studio Waveland, Kat Fitzpatrick tells that very story through watercolor after Hurricane Katrina destroyed her home in Bay St. Louis. During her time of recovery after the hurricane, Fitzpatrick showed up to the Mississippi Art Colony with mud from the storm still on her clothes. She created this 5-act art piece with gifted 300-pound watercolor paper. Fitzpatrick says a gift needed during time of tragedy.
I began by tearing each of the pieces in half because it felt like that was what happened in our community. We were torn in half. And then I put them together and started painting my experience of Katrina.
The first act represents the 32 feet of water that swept away Fitzpatrick's home, painted in resemblance to Hokusai wave and Japanese prints. The second act displays a bit of light. To Fitzpatrick, that was a sign of hope during the darkest time. The third shows the chaos of the debris while Fitzpatrick searched for her mother, who ended up being rescued and taken to the hospital. The fourth act shows the current and all it swept along.
Here's the town of Bay St. Louis, and there are people. This is happening during the storm. There was a horse that a dear friend of mine had in his stable, and he died. So he floated, and then this becomes the graveyard of all of the people that had floated out.
Something exhibited in all the acts, the railroad.
So all of the news we could get was that everything south of the railroad tracks had been destroyed. There was nothing left.
Fitzpatrick's last act in the series shows the past community underneath what has been built of Bay St. Louis post-Katrina. After the destruction, she had to get creative to let friends and family know she was safe. She did that through thank you notes.
So I still had a box of these 20 years later, and so these are my thank you notes to my community that helped me reconstitute and become stronger than I had been before.
She says that these pieces show a series of tragedy, community, and resilience, something that still not everyone can process 2 decades later. We're here in Gulfport at the Institute for Marine Mammal Studies, learning about all the different animals out here and their rehabilitation stories. So let's go check out the dolphins. This is Apollo, a 13-year-old rescue dolphin now living at IMMS. At just a year old, Apollo was stranded in Louisiana and was found sunburned on the beach. Once in rehabilitation, IMMS Animal Care Supervisor Ellie Johnson says rescuers made an interesting discovery.
It was discovered that he actually has hearing loss. So he does not have the full range of hearing that dolphins would have out in the wild to be able to thrive and survive and do daily life.
After tricks with Apollo in the pool, it was time to get a bird's eye view of the parakeets.
I have a name for a couple of them. It's just because they have a lot of different personalities and different patterns. Like this one right here.
Here's Banana.
Banana. And then the one that you just had was Storm. It's because he looks like a storm. He has like a little white cloud on his chest. And then this one right here is Cutie Pie.
Along with Banana, Storm, and Cutie Pie, more than 200 birds live right here in the exhibit. Most of them are native to Australia. And now we're here with the stingrays. We're gonna go snorkel with some stingrays. I'm a little nervous, but the trainer said that they don't sting, so we will see. There's also some sharks in here as well. Fingers crossed, but I think we'll be fine.
So we have a lot of different cow-nose stingrays, which are native to our Gulf here. They range in age from just a few weeks old all the way up to 12 years old. And our sharks are white-spotted bamboo sharks.
Hayes says that several of these stingrays were caught in shrimp nets. Local fishermen brought the stingrays to IMMS to treat their injuries, and now they get safe interactions with people like us. While coming to IMMS with friends and family is a fun way to engage with marine life and other animals, Johnson says that they hope guests will leave wanting to help these animals.
We're giving guests a chance to meet these animals, hopefully gain a new appreciation for these animals, and hopefully want to do better for the environment because they've met these animals, inspire them to want to learn more.
In Gulfport, Makenzie Martin, WLX News Now.